Hi guys, on this video I'm going to present to you my Hyprland Dots version 2.2.10, and also I'm gonna talk to you about the changes I've made on my Distro-Hyprland install script. So now the first thing that I wanted to say is I thank you for all the guys who have so far contributed to my project while I was gone or while I was busy. It was like for 4 months or even like 5 months now since the last videos that I posted, and then after that I went to work and there was not so much changes on my Hyprland Dots, and I'm thankful to all the guys who have been contributing to the project. Now the first thing that I wanted to mention is the changes to the Debian-Hyprland project. Where's that one? It's here, the Debian-Hyprland project. I made a separate branch for Ubuntu 24.04, and by the way, I have updated now this one. So now the Debian Trixie can install now with the newest Hyprland, because before I have restricted only to a older version of the Hyprland. Now I managed to make it install. Now, for now that the Debian Hyprland install script, it will install the latest version 39.1, but at some point I will be upgrading it to version 0.4.0 because Hyprland GitHub, because now Vaxry he have released the 0.04. However, there are some changes in here because there's a lot of breakage. For example, on Waybar still on 0.10, and then I believe the fix for the Hyprland socket still not there. So I keep it on 39.1 for a while because there will be breaking changes with regards to the workspaces. So I believe in the next few days Alexis will issue a new release, and by the time you can upgrade the Debian Trixie into newly Hyprland. I already prepared. It's on this branch, I believe. Yeah, see here. It's on this branch. And then I'm gonna put it to main branch later on. And now talk about the Ubuntu 24.04. There's a reason why I made a separate on this one, and I have mentioned here, let me just say, that I have tested with the Hyprland version 40 on the Ubuntu 24.04. However, it doesn't build because I found out that the Wayland protocol for Ubuntu is still like an old version compared to, let's say, Debian. So as you can see in here, it's still on 1.34-1. However, on Trixie, it's already 135.1. That's the reason why in Trixie it can build the 40.40 Hyprland, but not on the Ubuntu. So that's the reason why I made a separate, because then I don't want also that I cannot update because of the Ubuntu. So for the Ubuntu 24.04, most likely the specific version that I have set in here, which is the, what's that now, Hyprland, which is only the version 39.1 because that's the only latest that it can build with it Ubuntu 24.04. Okay, with the regards with the Fedora Hyprland, of course, with regard, say, the changelog, you could see in here, I just go through with the changelog, and of course I have updated this so it can work with my latest Hyprland dots. Okay, same with the Opensuse, and same of course with the Arch. Arch is just easy to update. It's really can keep up really well. Okay, Opensuse, same. So you can just go through the changelog that I have set in here, because every day whenever I do some changes, I am updating as well the changelogs. Okay, so now let's go to the changelog of my Hyprland dots. It's not so much big changes in here, but I believe the last video that I have uploaded was, I think that was version 2.2 if I remember it correctly. Yeah, version 2.2. So that's, if we go to the changelog, it's actually here. This is only the when I present my Hyprland test changes. So same as before, I'm gonna start the talk about the changes that I've made in here. So random wallpaper changes, it can now search the dynamic wallpapers, everything which is inside. So yes, see here, so Control Alt W. Now it's changing as well the I mean, it will search the whole wallpaper folder. Okay, the new features added is the Super Shift O, which is changing the Oh My ZHS theme. Let's say I'll change to just this one, and it should change. Yeah, there it changed now. Still didn't change the drop term. Yeah, it changed. You need to exit first. Okay. I will talk about the drop term terminal later on. And then some tweaks on the waybar, and then animation change to swipe. So this is irrelevant. It is irrelevant already because I changed to sway and see. And the dark light, it will include now the Qt apps. Now I don't use that much Qt apps. I think the Qt apps that I was using is the Audacious. So let's see. Let's see here. This should change now to light mode, but this one sometimes is not auto changing. See, it turns to light mode now. See, if I switch it back again to dark mode, I just need to relaunch again. But I believe this is just a distro, because what I'm using now is actually Gen 2. So that could be the reason why. But I tested on the other distros, is changing as it is. Okay, this one is not anymore. Tokyo Day, Tokyo Night, and so on. So this is just a small changes. And again, this changelog is actually on my Hyprland dots, and then in the wiki. Now I update as much as I can in here just to give you more of what I have changed. Now probably don't know, so please go through to this one because I'm always just try to update here as much as I can. Okay, so let's go back with the changes. So after that, version 2.2 is I switch over to Sway and See. This is how it looks. I think my system, I disabled the emprise. There is also a brightness in here. Okay. Default wallpaper, of course, every time I try to change the default wallpaper. Templates, window mode for Rofi menu. The Rofi is actually menu window, yeah, here. Some keybinds, and then screenshot of the active window. So let's say this is alt print screen. You can change the keybind here if you want. So see screenshot of the Firefox. So let's just launch first. Yeah, so see here it made the screenshot of the active window only. Okay. Alright, so wallpaper, Rofi menu. This was before with the 2.2.3. I have now changed it. And this is the change that I made on the version 2.2.10. So I introduced the wallpaper Rofi menu. Some adjustment also on the 4K for 4K monitors for the W logout. I appreciate for those who have tested that. Some small change on the copy.sh, the function that will copy the dots. And then some small reconstructing of the user configs and user scripts folders. So now if you look into your Hyper folder, now have this user script and user configs. Now the reason why I created this one is because on the Hyprland dots upgrade.sh, this is actually will not touch. So whenever you upgrade or use that function upgrade, it will not overwrite or it will not touch this one, because since you already made the adjustment for your liking, then I didn't that's the function of it. However, on the version 2.2.10, I have introduced this workspace rules. This is because if I put it on the Windows rules, it's gonna be like a lot. So I just here the workspace rules. This is, for example, if you have a lot of the monitors, you can set here the workspace like on 2. It will be on monitor TP2, or if you have HDMI, and so on. So I urge you, if you use the upgrade.sh, please just copy this one, because you will get an error. I believe that's one of the thing now that one of the my Discord he mentioned here. Yeah, there was a error because this one is not copied since you used the upgrade.sh script. Okay, so added a custom waybar module. This is the Kava waybar. So let's say play some music. Hopefully it will not catch. Yeah, I disabled the desktop audio. So here, so you can see in here, it's working fine. Okay. Some keybind changes as well. Row bits now Super Shift M, Super Alt L for the changing of layout, and so on. So check the updated hints, which is this one, hints, or actually Super H. So I also update here as much as I can with all the changes that I made. But like I said, if you go to the ChangeLogs, or in this ChangeLogs, I have tried to update as much as I can on here. Okay, let's go to the version 2.2.4. This is the one I'm talking about, upgrade.sh. So yeah, this one, this upgrade.sh, which I have also mentioned it on the wiki page, installation and copy. This one here, to have a guided upgrade. This uses an rsync. I will update this because some of the guys, some of the members of my Discord, they already tested it. They told me it's working fine, working great. I have tested as well. The only thing now is if I put something on the user configs and user script, it will not change those files, or it will not touch those files, because I actually exclude that part. So where is that part where I excluded? Here. As you can see here, I exclude this 2 folders. Okay. So enhanced login copy, that said, this is only small things. Same with the color fix, clipboard manager. Now there is a control delete to delete the entry, or control. So let's say just copy this. So launching that. So clipboard manager, the clipboard manager is Super Alt V. So clipboard manager control delete to delete one part. So control delete, and delete which is highlighted, or if you want to clear the clip history, just press Alt delete. Now it deletes. Okay. Kaba waybar input fix, this now fixed. So thank you for this guys, for this PR made. Rofi bits also to kill the MPB instead of the HTTP. Okay, so the version 2.2.5, this is actually the, I believe, one version 38, I think, Hyprland version 0.38. That's where the Hyprland changed, and there was a lot of this where it will receive a lot of errors. Okay. And then the wallpaper settings, valid for monitor only. So here, as you can see, I credit also as much as I can in here. Okay, the fixed switching keybind, fixed workspace switching keybinds, I think. Anyway, so one of the things for the Qt apps is the Kvantum, and of course I copied it from Prasantangan, and I believe all the guys who were using Hyprland, you know his Prasantangan's Hyperdots. I have tested it, however, it's a little bit confusing for me to edit. That's the reason why I started also this project. But sometimes I check also the way he implements, so it gives me an idea. So I copied his Cappuccino Mocha and Cappuccino Latte for the Qt apps. It's not as aligned to the Tokyo Dark and Light for the GTK, but it's still a lot better with versus the Tokyo Night and Tokyo Day that I have set before, because I believe the Qt apps, it has this yellowish green highlight, which you cannot read it. So I changed it to Cappuccino Mocha. Okay, so extra comments, change keybind for the layout switching. This is now Shift Alt L. Is it changing? See the keyboard layout. I don't have any other keyboard layout, that's why I cannot see. Okay, so go to version 2.2.7. Added a Google search through Rofi. The keybind for this is actually, I put it here, Google search. So Super S, testing, you can see here on top. Testing, then it will open your browser. There's no specific browser that's set here, the browser that you have set. Okay, Google search, and then Rofi quick edit. This is now for the Rofi search. It will be case insensitive, so anything which is through the Rofi or starting with this version, I have changed that the Rofi will not search with the case sensitive. And then of course added my boot style waybar thanks to Celeste Kai. So for example, Mabi is here. So this is what she contributed. Okay, and then we all know about this SWW init, where it messed up the wallpaper. So that was already implemented, that was already fixed. And fix sound SH for Nix OS. There was a PR here. I will edit this. Thank you to the one who have contributed or for the fix in here. I will put the credit here. Okay, fix waybar clock vertical module because it's not showing before. So let's say I want to launch the vertical left, for example. Now it's showing the correct clock. And of course increase the volume now to maximum. And fix volume script incrementing twice when unmuting volume keys. So let's say it's muted. When you unmute, it will still stay at 13%. Or when you just scroll up and down, it will just unmute first before it's scrolling. Because before, when you just from mute, if you just scroll up and down, it will automatically just increase to 5%. In which, for example, if you just have already a good music and then you mute and then you unmute, change the volume, then the volume change. So that's why. So Rofi emoji fix. This was because before the Rofi emoji is not launching. Okay, so 2.2.8. So introducing of the hyper idle and hyper lock. I replaced the sway idle now with this hyper lock. Hyper idle and hyper lock. This is the hyper ecosystem for Hyprland. Now the two configuration for this is actually inside the hyper folder. These two, so hyper idle and hyper lock. So please change here the way you wanted. So for example, here in general, timeout and so on. By default, I have not set any suspend because I don't use suspend, and I know suspend on sometimes on some system it will just hang. So that's why I didn't set this by default. And also with the hyperlock, now regarding the hyperlock, there was actually a small bug, not really a bug, but I believe that was on the FAQ. I put in the FAQ. Delayed launching of the Hyprland. The weather module here for the Hyprland gives about 3 to 5 seconds delay. So I will invoke now the Hyprland. Hopefully the OBS can see this one. So as you can see here, this is now the weather. Please also change the city here on the Hyprland. So actually, Ranger Hyprland. So if you change here your location, you can change it for a specific location there. For example, so I'm in Busan, then it should take the weather from there on the Hyprland. Okay, but it's not now a ChangeLog. So I updated the initial boot.sh. This is now added whether I wanted to change to 12-hour format. So when you copy the copy.sh, when you copy it, by default it's on 24-hour format. All the modules, all the SDM. When you choose the 12-hour format, then of course it will change the format to 12-hour format. Okay, and some minor change on the Rofi Beats. Rofi Beats, for those who don't know, this is the online music. So for example, this you can change here the stations or links or anywhere you want. So this is just like I preset it. You can change it, and it's actually on the FAQ, if I remember it. Rofi Beats. No, maybe it's on the tips. Can't really see. But anyway, I believe I have mentioned it here. Let me just give me 1 second. Profitings. Maybe it's not here, but anyway, I will put it here, the file that you can change. But if we go now, it's actually on the user scripts here, the Rofi bits. You can change here this, you can assign the name, and then you can just put here the links that you wanted. Okay. Alright, so version 2.2.9, some added the half moon dark wave bar styles. Oop, it's not the one. Half moon. So just a warning here that it only works on some configs. I mean, it looks better on some configs. Okay, Hyprland config update, change to grace period to 0, but however, because of the weather module, it actually gives a delay. So in moving the sound SS to user scripts, so I move now this sound SS to scripts. Okay, small tweaks on the configs, updated Rofi bits. Okay, now the last update, version 2.2.10, the new Rofi theme. So credit to ZDNTV, because I copied some of your Rofi themes, or at least gives me an idea. So this is the Rofi menu, and you already see this is the Hyprland edit configs and wallpaper. Okay, weather app, this is for the waybar. It's not enabled by default, so for those of you who want to use the Python app, you can use that one. Disable super key to launch Rofi. By default, I disabled the launching of the Rofi menu when you press a super key only. That was because it annoys me before. And maybe, I believe, if I remember it correctly, there's also some guys who told me that they don't like it enabled. So, but you can still enable it if you wanted, and it's in here. User keybinds. Okay. Hyprland. So now this is the Hyprland is the desktop zoom and the drop-down terminal. So if you launch this Super H drop-down terminal, is, I do seem to remember I put it here. Huh. Interesting. Here, desktop zoom. Here, sorry. Drop down terminal, super shift enter. So super shift enter, that's the drop down terminal. And then of course the key is here, super enter only. And then the desktop zoom here. Super Z. Now this one, I believe this is can't remember if it's ChangeLogs 707 or Kiran George. I will put your names in here. Don't worry. Rofi configs cleanup, of course, thanks to KKV9. Added some window rules to assign rules. No, this is actually a workspace rules. So I will edit this. This is the way workspace rules.com, and then a small update on the Windows rule for the tuner dialogues, and Xwayland fix for Pywall. So thanks Athreaded. Okay, so I will edit as much as I can the changelog. I do apologize here if I didn't put your names. However, as you can see, anyway, when you contributed to my project, you will be stated here. This is ChangeLogs. Kiran George is same. And this one here, the Jan R. Titor. This is the one. Both of these two, they are contributing a lot recently. ChangeLogs, he contributed a lot, so shout out to you. Thank you very much. And I know you're also cooking now the AGS overview. I will get into that after this video. It looks promising, so that will be the highlight for the next release. It will be, I might change to AGS instead of Waybar, but let's see how it goes. But if you want to participate, it's actually on this branch experimental AGS, and for example, these two guys, they are, they started this project for the AGS overview. And just one thing is, where is that now? Just here. So this is what he's cooking. and yeah, it looks really good. Looks really good. So I will participate this in the next few days, and we'll tweak this. It's so um, you can also join this project. It's on the experimental AGS project branch, sorry, of the Hyprland. That's okay, guys. I hope. I think this is a really long video already, but anyway, thank you again for all your support, and for those of you who haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you again on the next video. Have a good day and take good care. Oh, by the way, before I go, so if you have any issues or if you want to contribute to the project, just submit a PR, or you can message me if you have any issues. Message me on my Discord. Discord is the place where I'm mostly active. Plus, it's also easier to communicate. You can attach any pictures in there. You can attach any files. So I think it's a better communication. Okay, guys, I'll see you on the next video, and take good care. Bye.